Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are going to be taking my brand new Texas Edition Lone Star Grillz offset smoker, and we are going to be cooking our first cook. This is my actual first cook on here. And we're going to go big, and we're not going to go home, and we are going to be cooking up a USDA prime brisket. It's my first cook on this offset. This is the first time I've actually done anything other than the burn-in. So we are going to be learning the ins and outs of the smoker, and we're going to be cooking some amazing food. Now, spoiler, this is going to be a little bit different. The formatting is going to be different because we are cooking this for a party, which means I don't really want to have my camera out and guests are over. So I'm just going to show you once I slice it, and that'll kind of be the end. But for now, this is serve as the intro when I usually show you the food. In the future, we'll go back to that regular style. But for now, let's get this brisket out, and let's see what we're working with, and let's start this whole process. Sound good? Let's cook some brisket. Alrighty guys, this is a Packer brisket, USDA prime, all the good stuff. If I'm putting all this effort, may as well get something expensive, right? This is about 16 pounds, 15.93. It's nice and defrosted. Let's get it out of the cryovac and see what we are working with. All right, let's see. So, trimming. Let's check the other side. Oh yeah, decent amount of fat on here. All right, so for trimming, I'm going to start with the hard fat on the side here. We are just gonna scoop out a whole bunch of this here. And I'm gonna save all this fat because it is great for making burgers and all kinds of other fun stuff. Now, not the most symmetrical looking brisket here, unfortunately. But I am gonna have to pull off just a little bit of the flat here because this is a little too thin, so we're just gonna round her out a little bit. All of this is getting turned into burger. I will not waste this amazing meat. There we go. Perfect. Really scoops in there, but this will be meat side down, so I'm not worried about it pooling. Just don't want it to be too thick. Either way, flip her over. But I want to pull down this fat cap, obviously, just a little bit. All right, here's our brisket. I shaved a couple of spots. Not proud of that. It has been a minute since I've done a brisket, but it's for the backyard. It'll be fine. It's beautiful looking marbling though. I will say the point in the flat on this one is a little strange, but that's okay. When I'm done, I'm just gonna cut it off here and then, do the usual slicing. I could pull off a little more of this, but you know what? I don't care that much. But now that we have finished our brisket, it's time to do some seasoning. So I am going to salt, pepper, and garlic this sucker. And we are gonna start with the salt. And I like to measure my salt. I like to do my salt first. I use a ratio of about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon per pound of meat here. This was 16 pounds, probably pulled off about 20 to 30%. But so just keep that in mind. You can always weigh it again, but you don't want to salt based on the original amount because you do take a lot of fat off these suckers. But let's start with getting some salt on here. Now I never focus as much on the fat side because honestly fat doesn't absorb salt as well as the meat side. So we just start getting a little bit of salt on the fat side. And then we flip her over and we put most of our attention on this side where everything's gonna get absorbed. All right, and that looks good to me. This is gonna go into my fridge and it's going to sit there until all the salt has been absorbed. Then we'll worry about putting the rest. Several hours later and all the salt that is going to be absorbed has been absorbed. I can't get over how funky this brisket looks. What we wanna do now is we want to season it. We've already got our salt on there, so we're gonna put some coarse black pepper and some garlic. Start with some garlic powder. Just get everything nicely coated down. We can kind of go as crazy as we want because there's obviously no salt in this mixture. We're just adding seasoning. And I am in the process of moving, so don't judge me. I don't have my shaker for my coarse black pepper. I just have the bag of Cayman. You'll notice I did not use a binder. It's not necessary. When you do the salt first, it pulls out enough moisture and that moisture acts as a binder itself. But what we do want to do is make sure that we get all of these sides. There's a lot of surface area on the sides that we definitely want to make sure that we get. Now, that was the fat side, which we don't care as much about because a lot of that fat is going to render and we're going to lose some of it. What we really care about is this beautiful meat side, except for how weird this cut is, but that's okay. It's a backyard brisket. It's going to be perfect. But we definitely want to coat it down with our garlic powder. Perfect. And then our coarse black pepper is going to help with our bark, and it's going to help with our smoke ring, and obviously our flavor. There is some literature out there on the different texture that you're creating with the coarse black pepper. It kind of creates the smoke has to do this basically, and when it does that, it sits longer on the meat. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. Now I'm going to leave it like this, and it's going to go in my fridge, and we're going to be back here early tomorrow morning to toss it onto the pit. So for now, into the fridge it goes. It's going to just sit there, and all the flavors are going to absorb a bit. Salt to keep doing its magic. We'll be back in time to cook this brisket, which I do say is one of the ugliest briskets I've ever cooked. But you know what? It's still going to be delicious. Look at this line here. Crazy. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, we're running about 250. It's just before 6 a.m. Let's throw our brisket on. It's going on. Fat cap up. Just like so. All right, now it's time to just let it do its thing and build some smoke. All right, we're about 5.5 hours into this cook. We have a differential here of about 170 to 160, which is pretty normal. Bark is not, that's actually kind of set. It's not exactly where I want it to be able to wrap it. It is, it's getting to that stall. I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm gonna close this while we chat. I gotta say that this machine is so efficient. I've been putting maybe 1 or 2 splits on it. Split sizes are about, I have them up by my wood pile to chop them, which is obviously not helpful for this. They're about 6 inches long, 6 to 8 inches long, probably more on the 8-inch side, and about the size of maybe a forearm, so pretty small ones. I've gone through about 16 of them, I think, something like that. And this thing just wants to sit at 250. Right now it's at 225 just because I need to throw some wood on, but in general, putting 1 or 2 on every 45 minutes has kept me at that 250 range, which is exactly where I want. But we're gonna let it keep doing its thing. I'm gonna keep the door closed, obviously, because it's probably the reason why it dropped from 250 real quickly. But yeah, we're gonna run this at 250 until we get to that wrapping point, and we'll come back and we'll push through the stall. But man, this machine, it is so efficient, so awesome. Very, very happy at this point. Can't wait to see what the results are gonna be like. Actually, while we're out here, I may as well show you the fire management system. So basically what I've been doing is I've been putting wood here or here, and then when I have a decent base, I've been putting a log either this way or this way, sometimes 1 or 2. And then I've just been repeating that over and over and over again. And that's how I've kept the fire going. And it's worked out perfectly for me. So when the temperature dips below 250, I've thrown a log or 2 on. And just gonna keep doing that until we're done. Alrighty, we are officially at the stall. We are regressing in temperature, which means it's time to wrap this sucker. Everything is set nicely. I'm very happy with that. I mentioned before there's the splits. This is about the size I'm running. I'm going with primarily cherry and apple wood here with a hint of hickory every once in a while. I'm holding it about 250. But let's get this inside, let's wrap it up, and let's push this sucker through the end. Okay, here is our brisket. Time to get it wrapped. I did put some beef tallow underneath it, which is, underside is the meat side. So we're going to wrap her on up. It's looking like a nice little meteorite. Looks good to me. There is some pooling on there. As we all saw, that was a pretty funky looking brisket, but it's okay. So we're just gonna wrap her up. There we go. All right, now it was down meat side down. We flipped over once, that meant fat side was up. And then we flipped it again, which meant meat side was down. So this is perfect. It's gonna go on just like this. Put my probes back in, and we're gonna go back onto the smoker and push this until it's probe tender. Back on we go. After hours and hours of waiting, and we are finally done. Let's see how we did. That brisket was on till about 3 in the morning. It's a very long cook. Oh, look at this little meteor right here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Look at that. That is what you want. Beautiful looking brisket. What we're gonna do is we're gonna separate the point from the flat here. Oh, I mean, just come on. Look at that. No complaints at all with that. Let's cut off a little piece here, give it a little taste test. Obviously, this is not my usual style of cooking or my usual location. Just still moving, so everything's going together, but I just want to test it, see just how smoky it is, see if all the effort was worth it. There's nothing wrong with that flat, excuse me. Gosh, look at that. Perfect. I'm not going to squeeze it, guys. Don't squeeze your meat. Leave that for your home. Let's cut off a little piece here of, oh, perfect. I'd say that's just about exactly what you want. Looks good to me. Gonna give it another taste test. Oof, nice accordion looking thing. People are coming in and out if you can hear the door opening. We're having a little cookout here, so I just wanted to quickly get in and give it a test. Let's try it. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, guys, that's it for me. If I would say that is a success on the brand new offset. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Usually you see my pretty face, but you know, like I said, we're moving. So, catch you on the next UFO barbecue. Bye-bye.